I try to do with the book is to remind people that heartbreak comes in all shapes and forms, and even though it feels devastating, there's still something of the original moment that you can honor. And that there is still, it makes you a stronger person. It makes you more empathetic. It helps you write a book. And it just kind of, I feel like I am going to be ready for my wonderful niece, who's one of my favorite people on the planet, when she goes through her first heartbreak in a way that maybe her parents won't be able to be. So in the book, I talk about lots of different types of heartbreak. And so I talk about small heartbreaks. This is Kevin Wells, who I dated when I moved to New York, and within 2 weeks he fell in love with a folk singer from Nebraska. So, as you do, yep, as you do. So this was a little bit of a heartbreak because I was like, moving to New York, having my big New York glossy life. It's going to be just like Carrie Bradshaw. I left it in my purse, but I also, on my keychain, keep my old cat's collar, Baxter. He's named after the author Charles Baxter, and he was, do you know Charles Baxter? He's the best. He's a good writer about heartbreak too. And I keep it with me all the time because it reminds me of my bee. You know, I just kind of have it with me. I think that I brought this to kind of show you what happens when you lose fairy tales. You still love what it was, but I don't think I will ever find someone who loves me as much as Gilbert loves Anne, or that I will ever find someone as much as Jack Dawson loves Rose from Titanic. That was another one that I was super obsessed with, and that was late in life. So, and then also I think there's also in the book, I think the heartbreak of everyday objects, and so. Show this to you guys. It came like this. This is a magical thing. I got this at a thrift shop in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is a spoon that it was for $1, and it's not even in the frame correctly. But on the back, there is wonderful text, and it says, "Given by my grandmother as a gift to me and my children to be as a gift from their great-grandmother, Emma D. Seals." And then there's a little montage. This spoon was a gift given to me by my grandmother in 1974. She won the spoon during a spelling bee in school. It is now about 54 years old. She was and still is very proud of this. She used the spoon as a child, and as she grew older, her son, my father, used it as a child. Also, I myself used it too as a child. So the fact that this was in a thrift store kind of broke my heart, you know, because I feel like even though these, who knows what happened to these people, they may be gone, there's something of it that remains. And so I think everyday objects can carry a lot of heartbreak, but I honor it too. Like, I love this spoon, and it became, my friend Candace and I used to call it a pensive spoon because it makes you feel a little pensive. And we started a whole coffee hour that we call pensive spoons, and so it's become kind of our mascot. What else do I have here? The other thing in the book is a lot about friendship, and I think that's the other thing. Heartbreak just isn't romantic, and I think especially in your teen years, you are friends with people out of circumstance, not necessarily because they're your tribe. And one of the things I try to talk about in the book is the fact that Penelope has a best friend from forever. But as they are getting older and older in high school, they start to drift apart. And that can be really hard. That was my friend Cindy and I, when we were back in the late 80s, we left these series of notes. I pasted them up in my closet, up above the shelf, and they are, do not open unless you are Cindy Rell or Meg Leder, or unless we're both dead, or until at least 1990.